Hello and welcome to my rookie review series, where I showcase some of what I've learned from each rookie over each round and whether or not they're a relevant selection for your side. Now, before I get into this one, I do want to quickly state that myself and DR finally have our podcast up and running. It is called Supercoach Swordplay. We just did an episode on Tuesday night. If you guys want to check that out, the link will be right there in the description. I highly recommend you do. It only goes for about 35-40 minutes, and we kind of just take the piss and have a bit of a chat. Nothing too serious, a bit of fun. So yeah, have a look at that one. It was an absolute pisser, and that'll be up every week. So stay tuned for that one. Now this week, there were quite a few rookies. Obviously, there were three in particular that I'm going to spend a little bit more time on. With no further ado, as always, we'll get stuck straight into it. The first man, who is one of those three blokes, in Trent Bianco, 123k. This bloke has been around for a little bit now from the 2019 draft. Never really got his opportunity in 2020 like we thought he would, but coming off the back of a score of 83, really good signs for this bloke. You can wait on him, only played the one game, but thus far Collingwood are average, making his job security actually quite good, but you can wait a week on him. I'm not trading him in yet. He's probably, I reckon, the pick of the bunch out of all these blokes, but not quite on the bubble. I want to wait one more game on him and assess the situation from there. But one I highly recommend you keep an eye out on. Next bloke here, Oscar Claverino. Gee, that's a shocking name. Butchered that. Hard to pronounce. But anyway, this bloke, I don't know a whole lot about. 123k, 37. Yeah, probably going to avoid him. Not really much to talk about here. Riley Garcia, 123k. Really unfortunate for this bloke. Only 7. And yeah, he actually got subbed off with a concussion. This bloke's been around for a while, had a long-term injury of knee reconstruction, and I'm pretty sure he did anyway, and he finally got his opportunity, and yeah, really quite unfortunate for the bloke, and yeah, in Supercoach sense, not really much to discuss here, just thought I would give him a little bit of a shout-out, and hopefully he's doing okay, and hopefully he gets his opportunity quite soon, because he is highly rated, and I think he's a good player. I've seen him a couple of times in the VFL. So, yeah, we'll see how we go with him in the future. The next bloke, Max Holmes. This is a very familiar name. He seems to come up on the radar like every month or so. And that just suggests a whole lot of negativity with this pick. And at 121k, that 60-odd score looks really nice. But his job security is about as dodgy as a bloody seedy Saturday. I'll tell you what, you just wouldn't go anywhere near him. With Mitch Duncan coming in and out of the team, pushing him out, you can't go near this bloke. He's playing for Geelong, who, you have to be 28 just to get a game at that team. So, yeah, what does that tell you? I know it looks appealing, but stay away from him. But, yeah, not really sure. I don't know a whole lot about him. I don't mind his endurance, but in Supercoach's point of view, I'm definitely going to avoid him basically at all costs. But I'm not going to avoid this bloke because it's Ned Reeves, a ruckman. Now, I'm actually really optimistic about this pick. I am going to trade him in next week. He has his bye this week, which is okay for us. And I wouldn't trade him in yet. Wait and see how he goes at training. Hopefully, he doesn't get any injuries and if he's named or not. Round 13, that's also a possibility that he might not be, but the job security is actually really good for this bloke. Now, we had the mid-season draft on last night, and Hawthorn picked that, I can't remember his last name, but this Jai bloke who's been on their radar for quite a while, and I think they had another pick, and they had a pass on that selection, I'm pretty sure. But with all those ruckmen that were in that draft, and Segler and McAvoy over 30, I only think that Reeves' job security is really good, and it definitely seems like Hawthorn want to persist with him, which is great for us. And what a bloke he would be to just downgrade Flynn to him. That would be one of the most ideal trades you'll ever see. Coming off a 90-odd score, and he scored 80-something last week as well. So, yeah, when he's on the bubble and when he plays another game, he's going to make probably close to 50k, I would think. So, yeah, those two games are really handy. I'm not sure if it's true or not. DR stated this in the podcast that we did, but is it true? I don't know this, but is it true that Reeves' like he was ruled out over the weekend of some sort, or had the red mark against him. Maybe he was injured. I'm not sure what the go is there. I haven't seen any reports on his Supercoach pages. I feel like he's still definitely relevant at this point in time, but yeah, not 100% sure on that. But if he gets named on the Thursday night next week, I'm locking him in. Flynn to Reeves, 100% ideal. Bank some cash and make some cash. So yeah, really like this move. And yeah, if you're getting on his side, obviously got Grundy missing out for a few weeks. If you're going to hold Grundy, you probably have Reeves at R2. That's ideal. If you've traded out Flynn, if not, just have him at R3 on the bench. Next bloke here, another ruckman, the ruck forward. I got CCJ, Callum Coleman-Jones. I couldn't fit his name in that box. It's just way too long. But yeah, CCJ is fine. Obviously, I doesn't get mixed up with CJ. But yeah, ruck forward, CJ as in buddy Jath. I can't even remember his first name. I've absolutely thrown myself under the bus there, trying to just butcher names. Basically left, right and centre, but I'll get past that. But anyway, CCJ looks like a really nice candidate for our sides. A little bit overs for a rookie, 161k, but a score of 112. And he kicked 4 or 5 goals against the Giants. Was it the Giants? I honestly can't remember. I keep bloody throwing myself under the bus here with all these stats that I think that I know, but I actually don't. But I can't actually remember who he played, but as a result, he scored 112. Far out. We're off to a flyer, aren't we? But yeah, 112, really good. Still got another game to play. Now, I was very sus on his job security, to be honest, but it seems like he's got a role without Lynch in the team, and Lynch is going to miss 5 weeks, which means 5 weeks of Callum Coleman-Jones having good job security. So if you want to trade him in, I don't see why not. I think he's a very popular trade target, especially this week. You know, doesn't have his bye, but I want to wait and see if he's on the bubble because, look, I don't like trading rookies that are overs. I have stated that before. With Cody Waitman, obviously he didn't go that good after his really nice game against Port Adelaide. And he's overs, and Bosman Vlagi looked like he had a high ceiling, and then he can't even make the cut at North Melbourne. Keeps getting kicked out by Aaron Hall. So there's not much to suggest that it will happen, but there's always that possibility that something goes wrong with Callum Coleman-Jones and loses his job security, which I can't really see happening, to be honest. Or his scoring potential drops. Like he's playing a key forward role. That is quite alarming because when you think about it, if you trade him in now, you don't get that 112. Remember that. You're chasing points. You're going to make coin if he keeps playing, which is really good. But key forward, he could be due for a 40 next week, and no one will trade him in. It's something to be a little bit weary of because this kind of stuff does happen. He's not playing ruck. He's playing full forward. So, yeah, all you super coaches out there, keep that in mind. But other than that, really good selection and a man that I am eyeing off after his second game. Next player here is our last man. Not much to discuss here. Malcolm Roses, I'm pretty sure, 123k, 48. I state him because he's played 2 games and 48, probably moderate job security. I mean, if he hasn't got the chop the week before and he's playing now, they might persist with him. Not really sure. Gold Coast, haven't really seen enough games with them. But look, seems to be all right. Against the Hawks, I only saw him in glimpses in that game. Barely noticed him though. But look, with all these other options, these tasty 3 juicy options, I will be avoiding Malcolm at all costs. But it's an absolute wrap-up of Trent Bianco, Ned Reeves, and Callum Coleman-Jones. If you're trading this week and you want to wing it, I would trade in Bianco. I think he's got the highest ceiling just about. Playing for Collingwood, I feel like they'll have a spot for him in no time. But next week, yeah, Reeves or CCJ. Getting confused between Jaff now. But yeah, it just depends on how Coleman-Jones goes this week. But yeah, I'll wrap it up here, guys. Hope you enjoy the Rookie Review series. I try and get them out a bit earlier, but I'm just so under the pump at the moment. Did that podcast on Tuesday night, and I was on the phone with DR for quite a while prior to that as well. So I had absolutely no time with also my round review as well. So pretty hectic week for me, but it's out now. Hopefully you guys enjoy and go check out the podcast because it's bloody awesome. We have a good laugh. We talk a bit of Supercoach. We both have our own segments. I do my own segment, which is called Supercoaches Who, which is where we sort of I question these super coaches that do certain things and have a bit of a laugh. There's DR's rant where he'll spill his guts out to me about something that ticked him off. I have my rookie radar where I sort of advertise these videos really. We have our trade targets, the sacrifices that we're going to make, the headline of the round, and my potential favourite segment that we have on there is Locking Horns, where myself and DR will very rarely on the odd occasion disagree or something and basically bag the shit out of each other. And DR got stuck into me, rightly so, for training Nick Nat, and it was quite funny at the time. But yeah, it's all a bit of fun, guys. Go have a look at that. Subscribe to the Swordplay podcast. We've received 90 subscribers in 2 days, which is absolutely unbelievable. Keep it going. Get around it because we're going to be uploading weekly. But I'll leave it there, guys. Take it easy. Good luck for this week and the buys. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.